there isn't a manual, nothing's written yet. So we're kind of like writing our own kind of rules now, because there is plant-based restaurants or vegan restaurants, and they all kind of sit in the same kind of almost like category. So what we're trying to do is literally break away from that and bring everybody in, not just being a restaurant that's plant-based or veg forward or vegan, is a restaurant that serves, you know, delicious seasonal vegetables. Hi, my name's Daniel Watkins. I'm the head chef of Holy Carrot in Notting Hill. Today we're going to be cooking a coral tooth mushroom grilled with a Koji cured tofu and then a mushroom and carrot exo sauce. Our first step is, so we've got some beautiful silken tofu. We use a lot of shoy. Shoy being inoculated rice, koji, salt and water, and then you ferment that for about 10 days. So all we're going to do here is just literally cover the tofu, and you can see by the color there, it's kind of very creamy white. You can see the rice there on the top as well. Over a couple of days, and you can see with the stages here, that it starts to cure the tofu. It starts to sweeten it, make it a lot more umami, almost giving it a very cheesy kind of flavor, where it's now a lot firmer. It started off as a very, very soft piece of feta, tofu. Even I'm calling it feta now, it tastes like feta. And then on day 2, stroke day 3, we just take that out, pat it dry, and then we're just gonna very, very lightly smoke this now. And now that's ready to be sliced and served. We're gonna cook this beautiful coral tooth. What we do is to get these going, we very gently steam them for a couple of minutes. It's a lot better for grilling. I'm not actually gonna season this because we're using a mushroom soy sauce. Yeah, for me, I've been cooking over fire now for probably the best part of 10, 15 years in one form or another. No, you don't get used to the heat. You really don't. Coral tooth and lion's mane, they just have a really, really good texture. So when they're being grilled, most everything has a water content, but with these, as that water content breaks down, the mushroom becomes very firm and almost like a protein. So this is a very light tare. So it's basically a mushroom stock, lots of herbs, spices, a little soy sauce, and then agave sugar. That's finished now. I just had a quick spray of a little vinegar, because vinegar is super important, just as much as salt. A soy sauce made from mushroom trim, and then I've made like a ponzu out of it. So there's a little lemon, lime, and a little yuzu in there as well. So that's all the components done now. So now we're ready to plate. Right, so first up, we've got our smoked tofu. After that, we're just adding a little of the koji agave, and this just adds a little sweetness to the dish. On top of that, we've got a few pickled shallots, little shallot rings, and then comes the mushroom smoked carrot exo sauce, and then we're just going to finish with the star of the show, the mushroom that's been glazed, sits on top of the exo, and then the whole dish is finished with some pickled seaweed. There we have a grilled coral tooth mushroom, koji cured tofu, and a mushroom smoked carrot exo sauce. Next up, we're doing a grilled crown prince pumpkin with an almond ricotta some shaved pumpkin, and pumpkin katabushi. Right, so we're using this beautiful Crown Prince pumpkin. So it's going to break this into sections. If you look at the lines, it kind of guides you in what to do. We're going to break this down into 3. I'm just going to follow the line. Quite simply, we're just going to come inside now with a spoon. Just take the guts. So next up, what we're going to do with these, we'll just clean them out. We don't have to be too fancy with these because we're going to oil them. Right, so I'm going to put these onto grill now. Yeah, look, I mean, I think what we're trying to do is that you don't have to be plant-based. It's more about the fire, the fermentation, the innovation with what you can actually achieve and do with it. I think that's what we're achieving here. It's just giving you a different kind of, a different take on vegetables. This is a dish that we're using absolutely all of it. And we're going through so many of them that it goes back to that creativity of what can we do with, I mean, if you look at what these are from Delicia pumpkins, this is from the Crown Prince, but when you look at how much is actually there, there's some, really good flavors in there. There's a dressing, there's a garum, a vinegar, so it's really good it's a good dish for making sure that you're using everything up. Yeah, so we've got the pumpkin guts now, so all we're gonna do is give them a really good smoke in now, start to break down some of the structure, and we'll leave that until it literally starts to break down and smoky in color, so probably 20-30 minutes. So these are, you can see now, just broken down, started to shrink a little, nicely smoked, started to dry out a little. They've had about sort of 20 minutes now. So we've just got some water just brought to the boil. So the whole idea now is that we're going to make a stock from the smoked pumpkin. So when that stock's ready, we're then going to add the spices and the agave to it. And then that can become the part of the next tare as like a pumpkin stock that's added to it. So now we're just going to start taking some of the pumpkin tare. Tare sort of hits the grill and hits the coals. It's creating that little smoke that adds to the flavor as well. Right, so these have been glazed. They're super soft now. Nice little bit of smoke to it as well. So now we're going to take them off now and just carve a couple of pieces from it. So that's all the components for the pumpkin dish ready now. So now we're ready to plate. We're just going to place some of the almond ricotta in the center of the plate. We've got the Crown Prince that's been glazed, smoked, and we've just cut that into bite-sized pieces. We're then adding some of the shaved raw Delicia pumpkin, then some pickled walnuts, and some of the grated katabushi or dried smoked pumpkin, some crispy sage, and there we have a Crown Prince pumpkin, almond ricotta with pickled walnuts and smoked katabushi pumpkin. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these recipes. Make sure you like and subscribe for more Staff Canteen videos. Click here.